Are we ready to debate this? Professor Vaidyanathan, following the black money trail for years, I disagree with him on several subjects. I've quarreled with him on many. But on this subject, I must say he has a level of knowledge which very few Indians have. Atul Kumar Ranjan, back on the Newshour tonight, getting more aggressive than ever these days. KTS Tulsi, usually mild-mannered, on this subject he's not. He feels the BJP has an agenda. MR Venkatesh used to back the BJP before they came to power, is now losing hope in the BJP. Sambit Patra thinks he has the upper hand tonight. But my first question is to a person who usually his language is perfect. You can disagree with his point of view, but however, he doesn't get his terminology wrong. Legally, he's sharp. But tonight, I don't know why he used the word threat. He accused the BJP of threatening the Congress party. A threat, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, is a statement of an intention to inflict pain, to inflict injury, to inflict damage or carry out hostile action of someone in retribution for something. Now tell me, what kind of pain, injury, damage or hostile action is the BJP taking against you when Arun Jaitley leaves a broad hint that it might be a UPA minister? I mean, why are you feeling so nervous by using the word threat? Okay. You stand a little exposed tonight.
Arnab, let me quiet you down a little bit, at least sober you down a little bit by wishing you happy Diwali. And I'm
perfectly sober. Happy Diwali, Dr. Singhvi.
Secondly, for all the nice adjectives you've looked up in a legal dictionary.
No, not legal dictionary, Oxford dictionary.
A very simple question. Let me. Can I just finish? You know, you've got lot of people as usual and very little time for each. So let me.
A lot of time.
You know, a simple question. Where is the need, Arnab, for all this political titillation and sensationalism? Where is the need for the sphinx or the smile? The finance minister can say the name in 30 seconds.
No, he can't.
The finance minister or otherwise can leak the name in 45 seconds.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
Where is the need for saying all this? So therefore, that's a threat.
Oh, so you're asking the finance minister to leak the name?
Just a minute. No, 1 minute. I am answering your question. Please allow me to answer. I am simply saying, here is the Congress party saying, please reveal all the 800 names. Reveal the 136 names.
No, they can't.
Who is saying reveal and who is saying I'll do it at the appropriate time? One sec. You see, this is a diversionary tactic.
You just called it a threat, now you call it a diversion.
Video and this 13-month, 15-month campaign, when Mr. Modi went on video and said, each of you should be very happy. Raise your hands in the rally. You're going to get 15 lakhs per person into your bank accounts. Some people are saying we're waiting for our 15,000.
No.
Have you got back 15?
No, he's going to give the names of 50 people before the Supreme Court.
Don't divert by saying...
He's going to give the names of 50 people before the Supreme Court next week. He's going to give the names of 50 people before the Supreme Court next week.
At 5 months, as you and I talk...
No, but why didn't you? No, because you realized... You realized... No, Dr. Singhvi.
Not a penny has come.
Dr. Singhvi.
Not a penny has come.
Dr. Singhvi. I think I take objection to 3 things. The first is that your suggestion that I'm not sober, let me suggest to you, sir, strongly, I'm completely sober. I'm always sober on the news. Secondly,
it's a metaphorical, it's not a literal word,
I know,
for God's sake.
I also replied in humor. The second is, every single Newshour viewer remembers that your party and your Prime Minister went fire and brimstone against Vinod Rai because you thought he's leaking CAG reports. You're actually encouraging a finance minister to leak information. I am appalled at that. No, 1 second. I'm appalled at that. A third fact, and I won't quarrel with you anymore on the program. I'll let Sambit do that. The third I want to know, finger of suspicion will be on Congress because the BJP has ensured that almost all their MPs in the Lok Sabha and almost all their MPs in the Rajya Sabha have submitted their declaration saying we have no illegal money in foreign bank accounts or tax havens to the Speaker, but you haven't done that.
Then? Look, but you haven't done that. The finger of suspicion is on us.
Why don't you come clean?
The finger of suspicion is on us. The names are with the government.
But why don't you come clean?
Is with the government.
No, you had the names too.
Is by the government.
No.
Why should there be political titillation and sensationalism and diversionary tactics? Why not come out with the list?
I don't know.
Who is scared of coming out with the list?
Why did you come out with the list?
That's a simple
why
question.
Did you come out with the list?
Why don't you answer that?
No, but why don't you answer? Why didn't you come out with the list? You had the names. You had names of 800 people. No, 1 second. Okay, so Abhishek Manu Singh.
Put us in the government.
Fine,
and we'll do that.
You know, I think I have made the cardinal error of getting into a quarrel with you on the subject while I actually wanted to get others into the debate. So I'll get the others come into the debate. Opening the debate on the other side is Sambit Patra of the BJP, and by the way, for all the others, it's an open debate. I am only raising a point. 800 accounts under investigation till 150 days back were with the Congress government. Now if it emerges, if, an operational word is if it emerges that a Congress leader's name was among those people, and if the BJP government reveals that name, then the first question will be asked, what was the Manmohan Singh government doing? Were you protecting your own? Sambit Patra, your first response, and then the debate goes on.
Why? See, just a second. I need not quarrel with the able lawyer on the panel today, that is Abhishek Manu Singhvi, because the case is already lost. Secondly, and very importantly, I would say, why is the Congress feeling threatened today? They are saying that we are threatening them. Why are they feeling threatened is the question. If they have committed no wrong, if they have no one of theirs of significance in the list, why are they feeling threatened? That they are feeling threatened, that their opening statement is Bharatiya Janata Party's government is threatening them, means that all is not well within the Congress, that the Congress has the fear of being caught red-handed, and that is the reason as to why they are feeling the threat well before the names are declared. Secondly, as far as 800 names are concerned, the Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, has made it amply clear technically that names would be declared gradually in the due procedure of law, because the law allows that when a charge sheet is filed against the concerned person who holds an illegal account, let me emphasize on the word illegal account, in a safe haven, his or her name will be declared in the court of law. So I believe Congress should be waiting for the names to be declared.
Okay, Mr. Singhvi wants a quick counter, but I'll allow him. Quick one, sir.
Very briefly. Arnab, I have today, and I don't want to repeat, asked 8 simple questions in simple English and Hindi.
Yeah.
Please answer any of the panelists, including my esteemed friend Mr. Patra, to answer a single one of them. And the most important of them is that between May and now, what one significant extra step have you taken towards what you said? And the second and most important is that for 15 months you told this nation that we are going to get the money back and the names. 15 months of election campaign. Did you get a single thing done? Why did you mislead the public for cheap votes?
Counter. Somebody respond.
Mr. Pranab Mukherjee said almost the same thing. Mr. Jaitley is saying now. Mr. Jaitley got up in Parliament, and Mr. Modi got up outside of Parliament and criticized him. Criticized Mr. Pranab Mukherjee.
Mr. Singhvi, my esteemed friend, has already lost the case on the Newshour court today. Those who have dug holes
you keep saying that because you are judge, jury and prosecutor all rolled into one. That's why you keep saying that.
I was not interrupting you, sir. Yes, if you are judge, jury and prosecutor, you lost the case. I agree. Interrupting you, sir. You are my senior. I was not interrupting you. Please give me the entitlement of completing my answer. Those who dug holes for this country for 60 long years are asking us today, how many buckets of muds have you thrown into that hole? Almost akin to that how many pennies have been brought back to India? Let me remind you, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, for 4 long years you dodged the Supreme Court in spite of being repeatedly reprimanded by it for the formation of SIT.
That's true.
The first job that this government did was formation of SIT. We talked to the Switzerland authorities and we have formed a committee. Switzerland today agrees to the fact.
No, don't give me your procedural. Don't give me your procedural. Don't give me your standard procedural line. Don't give me your standard procedural line.
These are what we have done.
Don't give me your standard procedural line. Don't give me your standard procedural line, please, Sambit Patra. The limits of logic in your argument must also be countered. But however, look how big the heinous crime will be. Professor Vaidyanathan, Atul Kumar Anjan, M.R. Venkatesh, KTS Tulsi, all experts on the subject. I don't know why they are quiet. Feel free to come in. Don't be shy. My question is, imagine how big, M.R. Venkatesh at least smiles nowadays. Imagine how big the crime would be if the same government that delayed action on Raja, that protected the Marans, that gave a long leash to a person called Suresh Kalwadi, is now found, M.R. Venkatesh, to have withheld action against one of their own and allowed that person to continue in the Manmohan Singh Council of Ministers. If there is any shred of truth in this, M.R. Venkatesh, I mean, look at the ethical angle to this. Yes, please.
that would be disastrous, Arnav, because if that were true, if there were a minister in the Union Cabinet and if it were in the know of the Prime Minister and the then Finance Minister...
How would it not be in the know of the Finance Minister or the then Prime Minister? They would know, obviously, if they had the list with them.
It should be. Obviously, they should be knowing it. And if they knew about it and they were sitting on it, this is something like abetting the crime post the crime, and they are definitely abettors to the crime. It's a very disastrous situation that this country is facing, and I am sure that given the ethical level of Mr. Manmohan Singh, this should not have happened. But had this happened, I think the government of the day should also try to book Mr. Manmohan Singh on
if this is true.
Because this is a very serious charge.
But Manmohan Singh was no Prime Minister. He was a shadow Prime Minister.
No. Then who? Then who, Sambit Patra? If
the real Prime Minister should be held accountable.
You know, if this is true, and I always emphasize the fact, if this is true, and we know KTS Tulsi, I know why you are quiet today, because you know you actually agree with me on this. But you don't want to reveal that on the Newshour tonight. If this is true, KTS Tulsi, and the Congress used their last day in office to attempt to stymie setting up of a probe panel by filing a petition seeking review of the government's decision to set up an SIT. Can you put two and two together? Simply put, KTS Tulsi, you know there's one of your own. You know you might be exposed.
No.
And you lose your last day in office to stymie the setting up of an SIT. It's huge.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I reply?
Yes, please.
You see, my answer is that whether there is one minister or two ministers or 20 ministers, whether they are from Congress or from BJP or any other party, they must be dealt with sternly, speedily, and in accordance with law, given the maximum punishment. There is no doubt about that. The question really is that whatever information, whatever the government was saying at that time, the UPA government, to the Supreme Court that we cannot reveal, and the Supreme Court itself, after looking at the list, realized that no, they cannot be made public. And the UPA government,
what if this government, if this government puts forth the name of 50 people against whom the charges can be followed up, that argument doesn't hold. Does it? Does it, Professor?
No. This government must act, must not only talk.
Of course they should act. That's a given.
Really, why are we beating around the bush?
But that's a given.
Why are we beating around the bush?
No, we're not beating around the bush. I'm saying it's a given. I'm only saying today, even the thought.
The court has to decide. Let them place the material before the court.
Sir, of course they should.
Place the material before the court.
Sir, of course they should.
Award punishment.
No, of course they should. But what I'm
only saying... Neither the media can award punishment,
sir,
nor politicians can award punishment.
Sir, that is not the point that I'm making, is that if there is a politician who served in the previous government while the government knew that the person had a Swiss bank account and allowed that person to continue in the government, Atul Kumar Anjan, I see you nodding there, please come in, allowed that person to continue. If that were to be the case...
You are missing...
Who are we going to...
You are missing the point. The Finance Minister today in his interview with you himself said that we will have to examine. Only when illegality is found,
the Finance Minister...
He doesn't say that they will file a case against everybody.
The Finance Minister throws a broad hint. He's asked a question and he does not reject it. He's asked a clear question. Whether the person who's a black money account holder, because he's already said if he reveal the names, the Congress will be embarrassed. Hasn't he said that? In response to that, Abhishek Manu Singhvi started complaining today about a threat. You see, Abhishek Manu Singhvi is batting defensively tonight. Isn't he? Isn't he, Professor? Professor, isn't the Congress spokesperson batting defensively in your view?
I think you are asking me, right?
Yeah, I'm asking you, Professor. There's only one professor on the program tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. This whole thing is a bit, the behavior of both UPA and NDA is a bit puzzling to me. This data is of account holders in Liechtenstein. Let's be very clear about it. the German intelligence agency stole the data in 2008. This data mostly pertains to 2003, 2006 or maybe 2007. The German intelligence agency stole the data and Liechtenstein was very unhappy about it. And they actually published the names of German citizens, and they had remaining names. They offered it free. Let me stress that point. They offered it free to anyone who wants to, any sovereign country, because when I wrote, they told, we can't give it to you. You are a professor. Now the point is, the money is held by Indian citizens in Liechtenstein Bank, stolen by Germany and offered to us. There is no crime committed by Indian citizens in Germany or German citizens in India. To start with, the information the UPA government was not willing to ask for at all. After substantial pressure from then leader of opposition, Advani, and so many others, they asked this information.
True, that's true.
Why did they ask it under why did they ask under double taxation treaty? This is my first question. Because it has got nothing to do with Indian citizens in Germany or German citizens in India. Now, second is, why did the current government continue to operate under the DTA, which is not applicable in this case at all? Simply write a letter to Germany, we made a mistake, it shouldn't come under DTA. Second point, this is not just tax evasion. Arnab, I am telling you, this is very, very critical. Because all this money is assumed to be only tax evaded money, which is not true. There is a huge amount of corruption which is there. There is a huge amount of money laundering, huge amount of drug peddling, huge amount of gun running, hundreds of things are associated. Not all of them are fully covered with double taxation. This whole, what one can call the stress on this double taxation, try to minimize the issue. Third point, that after the cases are filed, that means you are giving the hope to people to settle it using the settlement commission method. That is, I have kept something like 100 crore. Okay, the income tax department will say pay 150 crore, I pay, or 70 crore, I pay it. Then nothing. The name is not supposed to come out. Fourth is, average people's name, if it comes out, it doesn't matter at all. People will read it, and then if there are eminent people, could be sports people, could be media people, could be film people. Let's not think only in terms of politicians.
Sure.
Then there is a large amount of interest. Last point I want to tell you, Arnab, as a alert or caution or enthusiasm for you, in the next 3-4 years you might be holding 1 or 2 day discussion on this black money, because something like 50 to 75,000 names will come out.
You see, Professor raises a very important point, and I really think someone should clarify it, right? M.R. Venkatesh, do you think Abhishek Manu should clarify it, why they looked of this whole case under the double taxation agreement in the first place when it may not apply? I think that's the most pertinent pertinent point here.
Exactly. See, what happens is DTAA is between German resident getting some income in India,
right,
or Indian resident getting income in Germany.
Precisely.
But this is a case where, as Professor pointed out, Germans got it itself stolen. It was not an income derived in India or in Germany, and so DTAA of Germany does not apply at all. It was some Babu Dam who has probably done it, or some sinister motive that brought this DTAA in the first place. As a chartered accountant, I am appalled that this theory of DTAA is put. And as Professor rightly pointed out, this whole game, I'm still not sure under which law is the names going to be revealed. Is it going to be under the income tax? If it is under the income tax, let me tell you, I will first get a notice and I will go to the income tax officer and start the proceedings, or go to the settlement commission, which is popularly called a settlement by commission, and you pay that to the people there and finish your case, and that is an in-camera proceeding. Nobody is going to come to know whether Arnab Goswami had a Liechtenstein account or Venkatesh had a Liechtenstein account and settled it in the settlement commission. So consequently, nobody is going to know this name. If and only if it comes back to the department, you pay the penalty, and then you are prosecuted under the Income Tax Act, these names comes up, which I think if the former Chief Minister's case, as it was discussed in Tamil Nadu, only 5 or 6 people have ever been prosecuted in Tamil Nadu under the Income Tax Act. So Income Tax Act prosecution is more of a deterrence and never used in the day-to-day life.
I emphasize this point again. Logically speaking, the Congress should also answer another question, Atul Kumar Ranjan. They are now saying, reveal all the 800 names. But not too long back, Abhishek Manu Singhvi doesn't explain that not too long back, he himself was arguing, and I don't know how Abhishek Manu Singhvi forgets this. He himself was arguing. The thing with lawyers is they can change their position depending on the circumstances and put a very compelling argument, and in some cases convince themselves that the argument they are holding today is right, the argument they put yesterday was wrong. I don't know then what argument they'll put day after. The question is, till recently Abhishek Manu Singhvi was arguing that the disclosure of the names that the Supreme Court had asked for will violate confidentiality clauses in international protocol. Today, therefore, what is this? Political football, Atul Kumar Ranjan? Just political football to fool the people of this country?
Arnavji, I belong to a party called Communist Party of India.
I am aware of that.
No name, whether it is 136 people's name, or whether it is 800 people's name, or whether it is 70,000 people's name will be revealed. Those who are having a foreign account, no name of the CPI or any Communist Party or any left leader's name will not be there. So this should be very categorically clear.
Don't be too hasty, Atul Kumar Ranjan.
The question.
I want you to be very careful, Atul Kumar Ranjan.
Professor, you are not taking a class. Please, professor.
No, he's telling you to be careful.
You are not in a classroom. Please listen.
You
Listen. You may be having accounts. We don't have the account. We don't have accounts. We say
there are very
authentically. I am saying it very authentically. I was listening you. I was listening you. You should have a patience to listen me. You should have a patience to listen me.
No, I just wanted to tell you, do not be very
you are the final authority, nor I am the final authority. If there is something wrong...
He's saying there are accounts in Moscow also.
As I am claiming.
He's saying there are accounts in Moscow also.
Moscow... There are, those days have gone, 30 years have passed.
So what? 30 years? No, so you, no, 1 minute. What do you mean? You can have Moscow accounts?
This professor is living in the past. This professor is living in the past. Has nothing to do with the reality.
No, so anyway, Moscow accounts are allowed.
The professor used to teach with the old notes. As the professor used to teach with the old notes, he is having with the old notes. No new notes. So I just want to tell another point, that when the Mr. Narendra Modi came to power, very next day, he issued an ordinance, issued an ordinance by which Mr. Nipin Mishra becomes the secretary of the Prime Minister. I just want to ask one question. From 13th of September 2013 to 10th of May 2014, 423 meetings which officially he is holding. Everywhere he is saying that within 100 days names will be there. He was telling that the all money 4,60,000 crores will come. He was telling every account holder in this country will get 15 lakhs in his account. Even a single penny, single penny, you will be brought back. And now all of a sudden I just want, when you can bring an ordinance for Nipin Mishra, why you are not bringing a legal ordinance or legal course to bring this name?
Why are you covering up for the Congress today? Congress can fight for the. Why are you distracting attention of the debate?
I am not. No,
you are diverting attention on behalf of Dr. Singhvi today.
I am not.
Can I come in?
No, why don't you? No, 1 second. 1 second. No, 1 second. 1 minute. Why don't you ask a question? Why don't you? Okay, 1 minute. Why don't you ask a question? No, why don't you ask a question, Atul Kumar Ranjan? That did Abhishek Manu Singhvi. No, 1 second.
That art you are having. Let me allow me to speak something. The crime, all this has been committed by the Congress party. And if the names are coming and the names will be revealed, who will be the real people? I know some corporate houses, those who are very friendly with the NDA and Narendra Modi, their names will also be revealed. And basically, the Congress party was also
Respond, Professor, yes.
Criminals.
Professor, yes. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, yes. Professor, yes.
Arnav, I want to respond.
I want to clarify 2 points.
Quickly.
I want to clarify 2 points. Substantial portion of the Congress rule post Indira Gandhi, Communist Party which this gentleman is talking about, was totally involved and supportive of it. 1. 2. There is a Mitra Coin archives which is opened up
you are living
and
in the
which is going
fool's
to be
paradise.
translated.
Professor, you are teaching with the old notes. Professor, you have not gone to a new school.
He is talking about
Professor,
me using the old notes. But he is using the new notes. The Mitra Coin. So the entire Russian money is also going to be opened up. And their old notes, it's okay. Russian money is old notes. Your euro and dollar are new notes. But in either case, that is also going to be exposed.
From where you have come, I don't know.
All the
but I know you are in the name of
the entire
politics, you are
UPA was
coming
part of the Congress party. What is he talking?
I don't find you.
You are Nur Hassan, Mohan Kumar Mangalam.
Correctly. I am talking you.
You are not talking correctly. You are part and parcel of the Congress regime.
I am talking you.
You are part and parcel of the Congress regime.
Don't waste the time of the listener. You stand nowhere. You are not answerable to anybody.
My question, 1 minute. My question tonight is to Sambit Patra. Sambit Patra wanted to come in with a counter to Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Let's get the BJP and the Congress back to the debate.
Let me speak, Abhishek Singhvi.
Sambit Patra to Dr. Singhvi. Yes, go ahead, Sambit.
Or no, I don't want to answer to what Mr. Atul Anjan was saying. Atul Anjan ji was saying that the professor reads out from old notes. He should also remember that Communist Party is an expired note altogether. No one reads from those notes. So forget Atul Anjan's reaction. No, I will speak. No. Oh, you will only speak and we'll all keep quiet. Sir, let us not have rhetorics. Please don't waste the time of the listeners. Don't behave as an old teacher. Times have changed. Don't behave as an old headmaster. Times have changed. Let the young people take over. Please relax. Let me talk. See, the most important, we have learned great things from the professor today. He brought out some very essential points. I had only one point on which I want to clarify. And this is a very interesting debate in which this clarification is utmostly important. Pursuant to what the Supreme Court did, Supreme Court wanted that the names of the ones who holded black money should be given to the petitioner. The names were given to the petitioner and the petitioner even made some part of it public. This was taken as an offensive by the Germans. The Germans even wrote a letter to this present government that if you keep on doing this, then your sources of information will dry and we will not be able to reveal the names in the future. Now tell me, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, you have been demanding that we should come up with these names. Is it not a ploy by the government? Is it not a ploy by the Congress to trap the government that please come up with the names so that you dry your sources and further names do not come up?
Now I've been hearing mostly a cacophony and then Arnav and Sambit for the last, I think, 10-15 minutes. If I can have an uninterrupted 2 minutes, 120 seconds, but I'm sure I will not. First and foremost, I'm amused at Arnav's great discomfiture unless Mr. Atul Anjan necessarily does Congress bashing. Arnav is very perturbed that everybody is saying even a word which supports the Congress. I don't think that's the role of an anchor. Second, the irony is missed completely on everybody. Here we have a whole 40-minute, 30-minute program discussing on a hypothesis, something released as pure sensationalism, titillation by the government senior-most minister, not saying anything, not revealing names, and we must answer in the negative that if the big IF, if I say that A's aunt's uncle's nephew committed a crime,
not A's aunt's uncle's nephew,
aunt's nephew's uncle. One sec. Now I said 2 minutes. I said I knew you wouldn't be patient. I told you in advance. At least
complete your point. Complete your point.
Disprove now. So we must discuss, and the Congress must prove the negative. Without the BJP, which is wanting to discuss a hypothesis, revealing a single name.
But we were not. I was
throwing
not
something
asking
in the
you about
air.
the hypothesis.
Third point. 1 minute.
I was asking you a very different question.
One second. Let me complete. Mr. Arun Jaitley, that's the answer to you, Mr. Patra. Mr. Arun Jaitley has given verbatim the same statement Mr. Pranab Mukherjee gave. Mr. Pranab Mukherjee was equally cognizant of the law and he pleaded helplessness. On the very day he did it, the same Mr. Jaitley, as leader of the opposition, and Mr. Modi outside Parliament.
So how many of the 800
went to town
names
all over the campaign?
So how many of the 800
the BJP
names did you reveal?
The Congress is hiding.
How many of the 800
the Congress
names
is avoiding.
No, how many
that
of the 800
was only a ploy now.
names
Instead of your question is answered. Your question is answered by a simple question. All this was a ploy. When reality check sets in, when you get into the saddle of governance, you say exactly the same thing.
I have just
word to word take out the statement. And last but not the least, we didn't make a promise.
No, you have
made a promise.
You have
that
made
in 100 days we'll bring back 100
No, but you have done a U-turn which is worse.
No,
you have done a U-turn which is worse. 1 minute, Sambit. Okay, Sambit, 1 minute. You see,
no, I just want to ask one question.
No, let me ask one question, then I'll come to you. You see, Dr. Singhvi realizes tonight that he is stuck. And I'll tell you why he is stuck. Because Dr. Singhvi heard me say something but did not respond to it.
Verdicts, anchor is supposed to answer.
Sir, I'll tell you.
Arnab is supposed to give verdicts or supposed to give questions. You are giving verdicts. That's
Sir, I'll tell you one thing. Sir, I'll tell you one thing.
Don't give a subjective verdict.
No, I have a limitation. No, 1 second. I have a limitation. And I have a weakness. I have a weakness. Let me share it with you.
Ask a question.
Fine. Let me share it with you. I'm telling you tonight. I'm telling you I have a weakness. My weakness is that when I ask a question, I look at the body language of the individual. Sometimes the people like you listen to the question, but you pretend you didn't hear it. And that is revealed through your body language, not your words. And then you want to ask a counter question to skirt the basic question. So I repeat the question I asked exactly 7 minutes back. And if you want more than 120 seconds to respond, I will give it to you. My question was this. Please tell me, today you are telling the people of India, reveal all the 800 names. Is it true that till 6 months back, you were arguing that the disclosure of the names will violate all the confidentiality clauses of the international protocol? Yes or no, sir?
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Can I answer?
Your time starts now, sir.
I think you missed the point completely, Arnab.
I asked the question, sir.
Completely. I am astonished.
I am astonished and you're still not answering.
The answer is there and you are missing it. You are still missing it. I am answering rhetorically.
Why rhetorically?
We have no problem reveal all the 800. Can I please finish, Arnab? This is not the way. Not even a sentence. I am answering a question. I asked rhetorically, please give all the 800 names.
Why rhetorically? You mean don't mean it?
That's exactly what Mr. Pranab Mukherjee felt. 1 second. He said you cannot reveal the names because the crime has to be committed and investigated, charge-sheeted.
Okay.
Which is when the BJP said we can't, we are hiding names.
Yeah.
So now what was sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
Sir, I say.
Now can I come in or no over here?
Counter
reality check is set in now.
I have one more question for you. One sec, counter's coming in. Professor's got his hand raised. M.R. Venkatesh has also got his hand raised. 1 second, please.
Arnab,
counter's coming in.
This is why the professor said it's puzzling.
No. M.R. Venkatesh. M.R. Venkatesh, please. M.R. Venkatesh. M.R. Venkatesh says no.
Two governments seem to have
M.R. Venkatesh from Chennai responding to... 1 second, sir. Chennai responding to Dr. Singhvi. I'm going to come to all. Yes, please.
Two governments have the same interpretation.
Dr. Singhvi, answer this first. Where is the DTAA coming in if the names have been sourced by the Germans as in the manner in which Professor explained? There was no double taxation involved in the first place. Yeah, please.
Let me answer.
That is the question.
Let me answer. Now, that is a view which you have, which I can respect. It is a view which the professor has, which we can respect. But unfortunately for you, it is consistently the opposite view of a BJP and a Congress government violently opposed to each other. And both the views identical is that you cannot reveal under the DTA.
Okay, second counter.
Only under the DTA.
Second counter.
And this can be asked under the DTA. Now what do I do? I am not superior to an army of bureaucrats and ministers in the Congress and the BJP which hold the same view.
Second counter.
I cannot say that I consider the view of Mr. Venkatesh or
Professor. He's not accepting. He's not taking it. He wants to ask a second counter. I'm letting him. 1 second. M.R. Venkatesh. M.R. Venkatesh has a right to a rebut.
Two governments.
A very important
Venkatesh has a right to a rebut.
Needs to be known over here. Allow me to put this point.
Is an artificial injection. Artificial injection, Dr. Singhvi, this doesn't hold water at all. You know it very well.
I agree with you. Okay, let me agree with you. Let me agree with you. No, 1 minute. Let me agree with you. Okay. Why did Mr. Arun Jaitley less than 24 hours ago invoke the DTA? Why did Mr. Jaitley invoke the DTA 24 hours ago? Please answer that.
But why did you do the same thing 6 months back? Why did you do the same thing 6 months back?
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Yes.
16 DTAs, 1 minute, this is very important answer, Arnab, you'll be astonished. 16 DTAs were done by the BJP, 78 were done by the Congress. The 16 DTAs done by the BJP did the same clause, exactly verbatim the same clause. They changed 2 or 3 other clauses, but they kept the same confidentiality clause, as Mr. Jaitley is now complaining that the Congress has done. Out of 92 DTAs, the division is 16.
No, don't make it technical.
16 by the BJP.
This is hilarious. 1 second, 1 minute. No, 1 minute. No, Sambit. No, Sambit, let me come in. 1 second. This is not the point. This is not the point. No, 1 second. Just a minute. You see, no, 1 second. No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me come in. No, 1 second. You see, 1 second. 1 minute. Just a minute. Sambit, let me steer this conversation. 1 second. You see, 1 second. Dr. Singhvi, can you hear me? Dr. Singhvi now tries to make another compelling argument to move away, and now he's putting the argument of numbers. You did 16, we did 78. 16 into 6. 16 into 6 numbers. So, 16 into 6 is roughly about 80. So you did about 6 times as many as we did, but you did 1, we did 6. For every one of yours, we did 6, but don't forget you did the 1. That's not the question. The question tonight is, ladies and gentlemen, I am asking this question to you. Should I allow the politicians to confuse this debate in a discussion on clauses of agreements, or should we look at the moral and ethical dimensions of this issue? I am asking a moral and ethical question, which I truly want the very eminent lawyer, Dr. Singhvi, who I unfortunately have to observe is today being more of a lawyer than a spokesperson. I want him to answer a moral question. Moral question is this. You had the names of the accounts. If 1 out of those 800 was that of a minister, if 1 out of the 800 was that of a minister who had an illegal account, 1 out of the 800, okay, and you had those names with you, and you allowed that person to continue as a minister, and therefore represent the government of India and a government of 1.2 billion people, if 1 of the 800 people was in the Manmohan Singh cabinet, tell me, Dr. Singhvi, is it not even bigger than delaying action on Raja? Is it not bigger than any of the scams in your government? Is it not bigger than the CWG scam, the moral dimensions that you knew one of the people had an account and therefore that person should have gone under an investigation, should have gone under an investigation or been removed? And can you tell me today, was such a person removed? Did the government remove any such person under suspicion of holding a wrong account?
Arnab, let me stop your unending question. Can I ask you, how many ifs were there in your question?
Sir, there is only one if, and I think that, no, 1 second.
All of us would fly.
Okay, so here's one question.
You know the names, you may be privileged.
No.
None of us know the names.
No, you should,
yes,
if
I knew
you should say the situation will never arise.
Then yes,
you should say the situation will never arise. You should say, Arnab, how can you even imagine that something like this could happen? Why don't you say that today? I am challenging you. Why don't you say that?
I never say never again. I never say never again, because I don't have the certitude which you do.
No certitude.
Because you know the names, sir, and you have certitude.
Sir,
I only proceed on facts available, sir, not on speculation, sir, which is what this whole program is about.
So,
because what you are saying is, if this had happened, then that would have happened, and then this should have happened.
I am asking you, and I am asking the viewer of the Newshour tonight also this question. I want you to talk about this. Should this black money holder, whoever that person is, come forward, confess or be exposed? Ask Abhishek Manu now a second time. Abhishek Manu Singhvi a second time, and Abhishek Manu Singhvi simply throws counter questions and accusations and observations on my certitude. I am telling you, sir, I don't know about my certitude, but I have a moral compass and so do you. And I ask you tonight to look at the arc of your own moral compass and answer a question that if in your government there was a person who had an illegal account, and if you had the name of that person as one among the 800, did you do an investigation on that person? Did you remove that person or let the person continue? So allowing a scam to happen is a big thing. But allowing a person,
if I don't know the if.
No, but sir, it's a very. Why don't you say it is impossible?
How no Congress. I don't know the if.
Why don't you say a Congress government would never have allowed it?
How can I deal with this kind of a beautiful speculative
But why don't you say a Congress government would never have allowed it?
It can have only answers which are subjective.
So are you not sure?
It can only have answers which are subjective.
Are you not sure?
And I don't have the luxury or the privilege of indulging in subjectivity.
But are you not sure?
Your morality is somebody else's immorality.
Sir,
Your immorality is somebody else's morality.
No, sir, the morality
but we can
is
go
morality,
on as facts.
immorality is immorality.
And if your facts
are you not sure?
by 20 ifs,
Sir, you scurried to file a plea in May for an early hearing of your review petition against the order of making public the details of the black money case and activating a special investigation team to carry out a speedy probe in this case. Sir, 1 minute. Given that this happened at a time when your days in New Delhi were numbered.
known in one day. It's as simple as that.
So was it a ploy to somehow shield your own? Were you shielding your own?
You can stop them having the if program. You can then have a real program.
So why don't
the BJP reveal the name tomorrow and we'll have a real program rather than if program.
Sambit Patra, reveal the name, we'll have a real program.
Look at the irony of it.
Not till then.
We are discussing this. We are discussing this in the ifs and ifs. And you are browbeating with a stick somebody on an if.
Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, even I would not preempt any names. Just a second, even I am not preempting any names. Let us go back and let me ask a question from the past. Why were you protecting Hassan Ali? Please answer. Whose agent was Hassan Ali? Why were you protecting Hassan Ali?
So now the debate has changed, has it?
No, debate is not
now the debate has changed, has it?
Why?
Your
How does it change? That means you accept what is the debate at least.
Your intentions
I hope you are accepting.
Always the same.
I hope you are accepting your helplessness in revealing the name of that great if.
The intention of Congress is to loot this country, and if you do not know the if, then at least you know the past. You know the reality. Please answer Hassan Ali. Everyone knows about Hassan Ali over here.
These are subjective words.
Or Moim Qureshi, for that matter of fact.
No,
please
that means you accept.
Qureshi.
That means that you accept. That means you accept that at least you are helpless about revealing this great if name, which Arnab is so obsessed about.
Was there a name? No, I'm not obsessed. The whole country is
helpless.
The whole country wants to know.
We are all following the rule of the land, which you did not follow. We are following the rule of the land. And as the finance minister said, when a charge sheet would be filed, definitely, if there is a name, it would crop up. Anyone's name, forget any union minister, anyone's name would crop up when a charge sheet would be filed.
That's right. That's the answer I wanted. That's the answer Arnab was waiting for.
No, it's not the answer I want. The answer.
In which case, the program is futile.
Sir, the question which I am asking you this:
because we are shooting in the dark.
Okay, so one more question. No, 1 second. 1 minute. Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
If you are so sure that no one has committed, if you are so sure that no one has committed any error in your party, why is the Congress so upset today? Why is it feeling so threatened today? Yesterday you wanted us to declare.
We are inviting you.
Today you are saying, why are you declaring the names?
Look at who is scared. Look at who is running furtively, concealing names.
Dr. Singhvi, there are some ifs.
Reveal it tomorrow.
1 minute.
You are not revealing the names. You are a government and you are telling me I am helpless.
1 minute.
You are not revealing it with all your power. With all your power, you are not revealing it. And you are calling us names.
No, I am not calling you names. I am not calling you names. If you have nothing to hide.
With all the power at your command,
1 second.
You are unable to reveal it.
Okay, so you know what Dr. Singhvi does not like the word if. Dr. Singhvi does not like the word if. This is my observation. So I will replace the word. And Dr. Singhvi, I haven't finished. I have one more question for you. So if I ask Dr. Singhvi the question, if you have nothing to hide, he'll say, see, there's another if. So I will not ask him that question. I will replace if with should. And I will ask Dr. Singhvi the question, unless he now says, why do you have to should to your question? Should you have nothing to hide? Tell me, Dr. Singhvi. Should you have nothing to hide, will you ensure that each one of your Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha MPs who has served in the last 10 years puts out a written affidavit duly certified by the Congress party president that they have no illegal money in foreign bank accounts? Will you do that? Will you do that, sir?
Will you please
get Will you do that, sir?
No, let me answer you 3 ways if you allow me to answer. If you don't interrupt me, I'll answer it. Yes, if there's a requirement in law,
there's no requirement in law. Why wouldn't you do it voluntarily?
1 second.
There's a national debate on it.
1 second. Will you, 1 second, please let me answer. Will you please ask all the 750 MPs without a law, just by an executive fiat to do it? We'll again do it. But please also then, Arnab, ask the 1.25 billion people, all of them to say in the negative that they have never done something which they've never done.
What?
I don't understand.
No, what? No, this is that argument. No, 1 second. So your argument is all Indians have done something wrong. We might have to.
You are a politician. Please
for 750 MPs, we should all file an affidavit that we have no foreign account.
Yes, do it.
No foreign account. I am prepared to do it with all the 750 MPs if they do it.
No, but this argument of yours that all 1.2 billion Indians have done something wrong. So don't ask us. No, if you are arguing today, no, Dr. Singhvi, 3 days back.
The party in power
3 days back.
50 MPs to file that.
3 days back.
We have done it previously.
3 days back, there was a Congress spokesperson on my program. And I asked the spokesperson that, can you tell me whether you have carried out corruption or not, and this vote is against corruption? And he said, you want to know whether there was corruption? And he answered in 2 very interesting words. He said, hell yeah. I thought that was a confessional moment. Tonight you are saying 1.2 billion Indians may have done something wrong, so we might have done something wrong as well.
I can't answer.
So why can't you, sir?
You are flitting like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. You are flitting like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I can only stick to the topic.
You didn't complete that. You didn't complete that.
Better than Muhammad Ali.
I know Muhammad Ali, but why do you complete that? No, flitting like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your eyes can't hit.
Let me answer your question.
Well, I mean, Dr. Singhvi.
Although it's a ridiculous question.
It's not. It's the most pertinent question.
Perverse suggestion. I am saying on your program that please ask all 750 MPs to file the affidavit.
Accept the challenge.
Congress MP shall file the affidavit.
Accept the challenge. It's an open challenge on Newshour. Accept the challenge,
Sambit. Debate again.
Accept the challenge. But I say go back.
Arnab, let me remind you that our MPs had already filed the affidavit.
In 2011, not now.
Yes, 2011 we had filed the
Not all of them. 112 of your 150, not 3. 50 of your 51. So 4 of them did not. Who are these 4?
Please let me tell you, the procedure was started as far as black money is a core issue today. Thanks to the Bharatiya Janata Party that it becomes a core issue today. No one was discussing about the black money before Bharatiya Janata Party brought it into the core issue.
Professor wanted a counter here.
I want to tell you, Arnav.
Yeah.
I have to go now.
Arnav, I want to mention one important thing which you mentioned actually. These
Dr. Singhvi, please don't go.
Double taxation avoidance. These are what are called 92 land mines which has been kept in our financial system. Because we have got absurdly Xerox copies of these with the Cayman Island, Virgin Island and other who have 0 taxes. What is the whole idea of having this? And all the money is going to be covered under taxes.
Well, you know,
most of it is
Dr. Singhvi is not on the debate.
Money.
No, Dr. Singhvi is not on the debate. We're anyway running over time. But my question tonight is this: that the
point. This government must constitute, like under Uma Bharati, they have constituted cleaning of Ganga. They should constitute a ministry to clean up this financial system. I'm telling
without a doubt, but you know,
domestic black money and external black money is eating into our entire wealth.
I think there is also a moral responsibility on this government that if anyone in the previous government, anyone in the previous government or related to someone in the previous government had one of these accounts, there is a moral responsibility on this government on revealing the person's name while beginning an investigation. It just has to. And it's not something which can be held out as a suggestion. I think there should be a direct approach on it. The name of the person should be made public. An example should be made on the person. And I'm asking this question to everyone watching tonight. Should this black money holder come forward, confess or be exposed? That question goes to all. Thank you very much for joining us.